Yeah.
And so now I have to go on stage the next day and do jokes and like, hopefully I don't say the wrong thing again. So we're going on stage and there's a woman that's helping us. She's awesome. She's
Are the women allowed to be cool? What's their deal?
kind of.
So how did you find them? I mean, anyway.
Like Emirati women?
Yeah, like what were they like?
We didn't really see Emirati women.
Were they at the UFC? These all dudes.
Not really. It's primarily dudes and then like wives and girlfriends of like expats. So like there's a British Indian guy or like a British Arab guy that moves down there. Like obviously his wife is there and the women have full access and rights.
Do they got to be blanketed?
No.
They can be hair out.
I think it's
you sluts with the hair.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Wow, what happened? What happened? This what happens if you don't accept Allah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Real fucking Hester Prynne out here, dude. It's fucking debaucherous. But for the Emirati woman, I think there's like a different social standard, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm not positive. I think like
I've heard that it's like it's only for ours that you got to do that. If you're not from here, it's kind of like in French Canada, like got to speak French. I'm like I'm from like Ecuador. Like oh, you're cool. Then.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, exactly, type shit. So yeah, they were generally cool, but the woman that was helping us was a Scottish woman, and she's basically like the English speaking liaison to like whatever talent is there. And so we're all hanging out. We're about to go on stage. The arena's filling up. It's like half Emiratis, and you can tell that they're Emirati because they're all in the Kendora. So they're wearing like the full white gown with the white headdress, the whole deal. Which I didn't know this. The headdress indicates which country or emirate you're from.
What do you mean? Different colors, different shapes?
Different colors and shapes. Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
So like the Bahrain has its own Kendora. Oh. And then Saudi Arabia is known for having like the red one. Oh. The picnic blanket one.
Yeah.
And then all the other ones have different like collar, no collar. I think Bahrain has no collar.
Wait, where's Saudi Arabia?
Right.
Oh, right, the big one.
Yeah,
right,
the big boy right there.
Right.
And so like Oman, Yemen, I'm pretty sure they all have like their own Kendora, which is actually interesting. You can tell where someone's from or like what style they're adopting.
I just started being able to pick out Sikhs in the cabs. They wear that little that metal bracelet.
The kutta.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone's like, "Are you this? Are you that?" You're like, "No."
They're like, dude, I'm fucking Punjabi. Yeah. Like I'm not even I'm not even close. But yeah, so we are about to do the show. We're about to go on stage. And the woman that's been like our liaison the whole time is super nice, but all of a sudden now she looks terrified.
What?
And this is 10 minutes before we go on stage.
Are they giving you like what you can and can't say, anything like that? They are.
So
no anti-government.
Basically, what they said up front was here's a couple things they said. They said nothing sexually gratuitous. So I was like,
be more specific,
bro.
Can you go over my act with me? Actually, can I go into a private room and go over my act with me?
I'm doing like 15, 17 minutes. I'm looking. I was like, okay, nothing sexually gratuitous. That's 5 minutes. Yeah. And then she was like, nothing insulting Islam. I was like, okay, that's the rest of it. No. She was like, nothing insulting Islam. I was like, okay, that's fine. She was like, nothing talking about the royal family in any capacity. I was like, makes sense.
Okay. Because you might have gone there. You might have done a riff.
I mean, imagine like, even if you don't even know it, like, so, and then she was like, what was the other one? It was nothing about homosexuality. And I was like, okay, that's a lot of it. That's going to be mostly what I'm talking about. So
yeah, can you be like, I know with long hair, you must think I'm gay.
So
like, yeah.
So this is the weird thing. So this is what's coming from like the woman
taking all this. He's got to do an hour.
So he was like, I don't care. Schultz is just like that. He's just like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But here's what's interesting is that these rules are coming from like the woman and I'm sure like a board of people trying to like keep things like safe type vibe. And what's interesting is that the show we're about to go on. And so the woman comes back up to us. She reiterates everything. She's like, so you're not going to do this. You're not going to do gay. You're not like, she's like panicked at this point. She's like white in the face. I was like whiter than Scottish people normally are, like very white. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I just want to make sure. And then she even comes to me on the side. She's like, you're not going to take your shirt off, right? I was like, what?
My Bert can't play that. What's the problem with that? Men can't have this shirt. All right, yeah, fine.
She was like, don't take your shirt off. So in we play a video before the show where I take my shirt off.
Oh.
And like, I have it off in like a random video from 3 years ago. And she was like, you're not going to do that, right? I was like, no, this is not a part of my act. I don't take my clothes off. And she was like, okay, well,
you start really examining who you are as a comic.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean, that's not all of me. I did it once, but I stand by it.
Yeah. You know what? It was funny in the moment. I was riffing, and she like reiterates a couple more times, and she's very anxious at this point. And I look at her, and I was like, why are you so nervous? And she was like, okay, look, don't tell anyone else this, but there's a royal at the show that's a much higher ranking royal than any of us expected to come.
Oh.
And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, like a big or like a really big kind of person. And I was like, okay, 1 to 10, if you had to like rank them, like 1 being like the biggest guy. She was like, he's probably a 3.
Wow.
And I was like, oh God. Like, I almost got arrested the day before for being like too friendly with the guy.
Yeah, but now you got to worry about your whole fucking act.
And now
you don't notice till you're halfway through. Whenever they say clean, you're like, that's be a clean joke. And then halfway through, like, oh, it does end with me fucking having sex with a bunch of children. I forgot about that. That's just one little part.
No, there's a dog blowjob thing in this.
Yeah, right. I didn't think about it. There's no cursing.
Yeah, I'm so desensitized. So I'm like going through my whole act, like trying to like filter. I'm like, gay? Like, is sucking your own dick gay? You know what I mean? I'm like trying to decipher shit. I was like, I don't know. It's more sexually gratuitous. I was like just in a spin cycle. I had no idea.
And then from her, I even get it. She's like, I don't know. I'm not doing what's best for the show right now. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to get beheaded.
It's like
setting this up wrong.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
these guys are not the calmest.
Yeah. And for anyone that doesn't know, there was no risk of getting beheaded. People actually think that that's probably a thing. I don't think there's any risk of getting beheaded, but you could go to prison for a little or maybe get deported.
I bet that's what they would do. Like, this is an insult. Get the fuck out right now.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? An international incident for a comedy show?
Yeah, exactly. So worst case scenario, I'm like, okay.
But still, you want to risk it.
A couple nights in prison, you get deported. Who knows what that's like. So I was like, oh, fuck. So we go on stage.
I'm sure Brittany Griner said, like, worst case scenario, they put you in jail for like a day.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, give you like $1,000 ticket.
What are they going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we go there, we do the show. I hear Derek, who does the shows with us. He's an awesome comic.
Poston.
Poston. Yeah, you know Derek.
Yeah.
He's all of a sudden it sounds really good.
Okay.
It sounds like amazing. And we had just been doing shows in Europe where like those shows were
this
really
man's skin, it's different. Wow, it burned by the sun.
He didn't say any jokes.
You need hijab.
Yeah. He said no jokes at all. And they're just like, what?
And he was like,
He showed his ankle.
Yeah, no!
Yeah, they were going
Do
crazy.
the lips again. Do the lips.
Yeah, it was crazy. He pulled his dick out to close, and they were just fucking. It was like Def Jam.
They're like, ooh. We don't like the last part.
Yeah, this is insulting. But dude, he goes up. He does good. It sounds great from where I'm standing, like kind of behind stage. And then I went up. It was the best show of the whole thing.
Really?
By a mile, the best show. Like, just so fun. They were so excited to have like Westerners there. They were excited to have like real comedy, like people telling jokes. They loved every moment of it.
Yeah, those guys like comedy. They started like Russell, and then they kept liking it.
They have no sensitivity towards anything.
What's gonna happen to them?
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't have the same like university level like cultural sensitivity that comes into American culture. So like you could go up there. I didn't really change any of my act, I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I like there's 1 or 2 things that I thought were like over the line that I like. It was like a tag that I pulled off, but everything else I kept the exact same, and it was just ripping.
Wow.
They were so great, genuinely, and like got all the references. They understood.
Really?
They understood everything.
Did they get American or British TV? Like, what do they get?
I mean, they watched American movies. A lot of the Emiratis, because of the way the country's set up, they study in America.
Yeah, they come over here to study to get education.
So like all these guys were like, yeah, I lived in Cookeville, Tennessee for 3 years. Yeah, I lived in Orlando, Florida for 4 years.
And that's where I learned sick English.
Yeah, I'm amazing at English. I know all the customs. I know all the shit. And
Whoa.
The show was genuinely probably one of the best shows we've done on the tour.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's the other part that's kind of sick is like only dudes, really.
At the show.
Like there's like a handful of women.
So no drunk idiot messing up the show. Well, I don't like that.
Yeah, no white girls being like,
So that's how the seller yesterday. He was like, it's fine. I like crass, but it's like sexually demeaning. And I just like talking to Napoleon, and I was like, oh, I want to hear this for a second.
Yeah, that was not going to happen in UA. A rock would have hit her in the head.
Yeah,
like,
right.
It was just.
I'll show you demeaning.
Yeah, it was just like it was genuinely a perfect show. It was so fun.
Wow.
And they were just like I
Did
said,
you meet
like
the fucking.
So this is the crazy thing.
Okay.
So Schultz goes up and he does like 20 minutes of like brand new material, local shit that he's never said before.
Wow.
Like just like riffing, and just like standing ovation in like 10 minutes in. I was like, what the hell is happening?
In the middle of it?
It's insane.
Wow.
And then we all get off stage and we're all kind of looking at each other like, no one's gonna get arrested, right? Like we're good. Like I might. I
Just
feel.
always see each other. Like,
Yeah.
this is a good moment.
I did like kind of like a 9/11 joke. I was like, I'm fine for the 9/11 joke, and the woman was like, they didn't do 9/11, and I was like, all right, fair, good point. But like,
You're like, there's a rumor it was the Saudis. That's not even here.
it's not the same.
You're like, but it's you guys all look the same to me.
I was like, yeah, it's all the same, right? Like, and
they didn't do. They just asked some coach about how do you feel for the Tampa Bay Bucks? Like, how do you feel going to Detroit? It's cold weather stadiums. Like, like, are you guys prepared? Are you gonna go early? And he was like, some female reporter, and he's like, it's an indoor stadium though, right? And then he like checked himself. He's like, no, we're not doing much preparation.
Yeah. He just wanted to go, you stupid motherfucker. Like,
why am I gonna talk to these people who don't do their research?
That's disgusting.
I'm a high level guy.
It was that exact thing. I was the idiot though.
Yeah.
I was like, the 9/11 stuff might have been too far, right? Like, they probably still feel guilty about it. She was like, no.
They may feel bad if they see a video.
Yeah, they
What
probably
do you
feel
mean?
sad for
What do you mean?
humanity, but they weren't there. And
Then when you get a, what do you mean? You're like, I don't, nothing. What?
yeah, no, I doubled down. It's like, you saw them. You said, look what they got on their heads. Come on, this is crazy. No, the show was just awesome. We got off stage. We're all like, dude, this was so cool. Like, we go in the green room. We're all hanging. All the UFC guys that went to the show the night before, they all came. Like, it was so cool. It was just like one of the coolest shows I've done.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's UB Trip.